All right, welcome to the latest episode of the Coleman Power Organic Fitness Podcast. I have a great friend of mine, most certainly, Lorna, all the way down in West Cork, and she is here to tell us about a festival that if you haven't heard about it, you've been living underneath a rock. Lorna, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Coleman. It's so fantastic to be live on air with you. And yeah, it's I have a fantastic event coming up on the 2nd of February, Sunday the 2nd of February. It is the bank holiday weekend, but that should make things easier for anybody that wants to travel from any part of the country, because this event is being held in the Celtic Ross Hotel. It's an event for anybody that's interested in getting their health on the right track. There is so many workshops there. So in the morning, you've dancing, yoga, Tai Chi.
You're running into it. I want to go to a festival. So we have their ears pricked. They're like, oh my God, there's a festival coming up. We're going to slowly release all that unbelievable good stuff. Tell the listeners a full name of it. Feel Good.
So Feel Good Health Fest. So it can be found. There's an Instagram page at Feel Good Health Fest. There's a Facebook page, and all the details, tickets and everything are on Eventbrite. So Feel Good Health Fest. Let that be the name that's ringing in your head right up until the 2nd of February.
That's it in a nutshell. Right, so myself and Lorna have known each other because we're both into the health and fitness scene, all right? Laura, tell us a little bit about your background. How did you get into it, or what did you start off doing, and how did you get on this, I suppose, healthy buzz with your energy levels nearly on point with myself here?
So I studied nutritional science in UCC. I suppose that would have been probably the start.
That was day one. You went straight out of school and went into nutrition.
Yes, straight out of school into nutritional science. So when I would have been in school, so the funny thing is, like growing up, my mother now was very much into health, and so it would have been part and parcel of growing up. We grew up with lots of healthy food around us, but to be honest, she didn't really know why we were eating it, but she knew it was good for you, and just eat that. That's good for you. And so cooking was always part and parcel in our house. Everything was made fresh, and we always ate good food. So I loved cooking. I got my love of cooking from my mother. And to be honest, I actually had full intentions of being a confectioner, believe it or not, like totally the other side. And I was going to go to Kevin Street and be a confectioner. And like all my jobs right up through, as I was studying for my leaving, were in a kitchen and like baking. And I worked with the head chef in the Munster Arms Hotel in Bandon. And for 2 weeks, I was there as the pastry chef, and I loved it. But the hours were shocking. So on my CA form, one side was going to Kevin Street and the other side was nutritional science. And I got both, but having spent a full summer in the kitchen, in the hotel, I just said, this isn't for me at all. I can still continue my love of cooking, but it doesn't have to be in that format. So I studied nutritional science in college, found it really difficult because I went in first year and I had all I had was biology. So I had to pick up the chemistry and physics and all that. But I really did love it. But when I left nutritional science and graduated, I actually went and worked in a lab for 2 years. That wasn't really for me at all. And then from there, I went medical repping, and I was medical repping with pharmaceutical companies, and then from there on to nutritional companies. So I was always involved, we'd say, and meeting people from a nutritional background when I was working with the health food stores. So I suppose health has always been part of my life, but I really got into it then, I suppose, just over 4 years ago. COVID came. I was at a crossroads, lost my job, and I just said, what am I going to do? So I went back and did more study in nutrition, but more on the life coaching, nutrition and life coaching, and trained up to be a strength and conditioning coach. And like when most people went a bit off the wall in COVID the wrong way, I went the other way and went a bit extreme. But so it's part and parcel of my life. I love food, and I love the nutrition side of it. So it's all blended. And if I wasn't fit, I'd be I think, crazy. So
Yeah,
I
it's a
need to
great
burn
way.
off my energy somewhere.
Yeah, I suppose it's about literally, I suppose, moving in any way you possibly can. And I suppose that's why you're healthy. And that's why you have that approach on both online and in person as well. So I suppose that is leading us up into this event, right? You are organizing it. You are the main, I'm going to say, individual kicking it off. And who do we have from morning to the likes of the evening lined up for this festival down in Cork?
Right. So, well, kicking it off is myself. So I suppose the whole name is all about feeling good. So anything, any lifestyle change that you're going to make, it should make you feel good, and then it'll be part and parcel of your lifestyle. So I'm kicking it off with dancing, with all feel good tunes. Like, remember the days when there was discos? There's no discos now, and then discos were associated with alcohol. But who wants to move their body and feel good? You don't need alcohol, you just need the buzz. So I'm kicking it off, showing you how easy it is to incorporate movement into your lifestyle with just good music. So that's start of the day. After that, then I have the fantastic Linda Casey from Skibbereen, and she's only just back from India, so she's got a lot of different styles of yoga on offer, but all very accessible to everybody. So she'll have a yoga workshop. It's Akanda yoga. Then after that, I have Pam and Simon Skinner, who are going to do a joint Tai Chi and Qigong, and again, just showing you different ways of how you can move your body, but helping you feel bloody brilliant in yourself. And then the morning then we'll finish with Restorative Raja, again by Linda Casey, just helping you ground your body, calm the nervous system, and just reset. So that's just the morning. And people can buy just a morning ticket if they want. If you're buying the full day, then we'll be going for a lovely lunch. So you've got two options. There's chicken curry and there is vegan curry, and there's salads, and they're keeping it all healthy in the Celtic Ross Hotel for this event. Then the afternoon, Coleman, we have so much going on. We have Oliver McCabe. So he will do a food demo. Oliver is a nutritional therapist, and he will incorporate his food demo around gut health, because so many people suffer with gut issues, and he will just be, again, showing how simple it is to bring really good food into your everyday regime and keeping that gut good and healthy. Then Padraig Danaher. So Padraig is
Yeah, and for those that don't know, Padraig Danaher, lovely Cork-based man as well, tall, dark, and handsome. You'd be delighted. I'm actually good friends with this man now. In case people are thinking, "Geez, Coleman coming on to this man," he slicks back his hair. He's cool as a cucumber. This fella, and I grow cucumbers, and this fella is cooler than a cucumber.
You are a guest. No, Padraig, and I have never met Padraig. I've only spoken to him, and I've been following him. I was following him. I was like a stalker, following him. His page is fantastic for anybody. Just check him out. But he makes a lot of sense, and like as a coach myself, and coaching people who want to change their lifestyle, the biggest block for a lot of people is getting past. They really want to, but there's something stopping them. So that he's going to come in, and his talk is around compassionate goals. And because a lot of people make unrealistic goals, and it is about being kind to yourself, knowing you need to make the changes, but making realistic changes that are sustainable. So that's where he'll be really interesting. Then of course, Coleman, then it's up to you. So you'll be showing and sharing your high energy with everybody on the importance of organic veg. So go on, you tell them what you're going to be doing.
Well, Abs, you know the drill. Organic veg is unbelievably important, and we're coming into the likes of spring. So we'll be showing you guys, firstly, sampling. We'll sample a bit of our organic goodies on the given morning or afternoon. And then on top of that, it's maybe showing people how simple it is to grow a tiny bit of your own. And simply the easiest thing that everybody can do, whether you're coming to an event, which we highly recommend you to do, is literally planting an apple tree. Not necessarily from seed, because they're grafted, and that determines the height of them. So for the most part, it's actually just telling people about what varieties, as well as what trees that you can plant, both apple and pear. If you're living in, I'm going to say, in a housing estate, you can really, and this is one of my jobs later on today, to go up and train, I'm going to say, a pear tree and an apple up against the wall that literally they only have, I'm going to say, 4 meters squared housing estate, I'm going to say, grass ground for themselves and their family to grow. We're just starting off with kids, and it's something that then you can really eat every single year for minimal effort, up against the wall. The heat of the sun will radiate back from the likes of the sun that literally is holding it, or the wall that holds it, and it protects the flowers. Every flower is the horticultural fact of the day, turns into an apple. That can be simply done by planting those apple trees, but training them in a fancy way up against that wall and across a string line, as I like to call it, but more so a bull wire, the electric fence wire, but obviously it's not electric, it's just a wire. And as a result of that, then you can have fresh organic fruit at your back door.
Yeah, and there's nothing better. Like the taste, people don't realize the taste of organic fruit and veg compared to, non-organic. There's no comparison.
Yeah.
So to be able to have it then walk out the door and pick and eat is just so simplistic. So yeah, this is great. And I'm going to also do a food demo, and I will be doing my food demo around protein. Because I suppose a lot of people are aware of protein and the necessity of having protein at every meal, but they're getting it from kind of synthetic sources, and that's not necessary. So it's just to break it down in very simplistic terms: breakfast, lunch, dinner. What options are there? How much you need, and how easy it is to access real foods and real protein.
Do you see, Laura, what would people's, I'm going to say, maybe most, for the most part, be their biggest problem that either come to you, clients that you work with, or the people that you just talk to on a general basis or through social media? What do you think is their biggest problem in itself? Is it exercise? Is it the foods? Is it the building of friends that are on the same page? Or what do you think it is? The mindset?
I think it's the mindset. I think the biggest issue is time, or the perceived lack of time.
Yeah, time.
And so we'd say I'm working with a group of people online at the moment, and that is the one thing that I have asked them, to do, to look at their schedule and find 50, even 15 minutes. So, and if there's multiples of those 15 minutes, well, that could mean a 15-minute walk, or it means chopping and preparing veg, but finding the windows and not just letting that time pass. So that would be the biggest thing. But I do think nutrition is probably the one that people neglect more than exercise. Exercise is probably an easier tool to apply, but food, I suppose there's lack of knowledge there as well. A lot of people don't understand what is good and what isn't, because a lot of confusing messages out there. And then there's a lot of people haven't learned how to cook, so they don't really know what to do with the food, so they find it boring. So it's just, that's what I love to do. I love to show people how to eat real good, real and good, nutritious food that isn't going to take all day, and it'll fit into their busy lifestyle.
Yeah, sure. Lorna, who is, I suppose, this festival kind of aimed at? Who would you recommend that end up getting those tickets, the last of the tickets that are available for the 2nd of February?
Uh, Anybody, I suppose, anybody really, I suppose, that has tried several ways of being healthy and has struggled, or just is on that healthy road and wants to find out more to make themselves even more healthy, and just tap into all the information that's available from all the different workshops. There's another person as well that's going to be attending, and I'm so excited about this, Coleman, that Karen Coakley, Kenmare Foods. So Karen has a new page. It's my wineless journey. So she's a year now alcohol free, and she didn't have an alcohol issue, but she did notice that when she'd go out at the weekends, her the impact it had on her for the few days after, the impact it had on her gut and her overall health. So she started off kind of minimizing or like eliminating alcohol, I should say, from her lifestyle, and she started tracking the benefits it had on her. So she's going to come and share her journey, and I suppose just motivate others to maybe not necessarily be completely alcohol free, but to, if they find that alcohol is an issue that with them, to encourage them and share with them the benefits it's had for her. So like everybody then, from morning and afternoon workshops, it's a complete holistic and wholesome day. And you're going to learn so much from everybody, and you should walk away from the day completely and utterly refreshed.
That's it, exactly. There's so many different, we're going to say, individuals there with their area of expertise. You will not only go home with a full belly if you're getting the lunch included, but also a brain full of information and practical information from morning to midday to the afternoon. So I suppose, Lorna, just before I leave you go, where's the best place for people to get their hands on those tickets? You tell me most certainly here, and all the rest of the listeners here.
So they'll go on to Eventbrite. There's 3 ticket types, as I mentioned: morning, afternoon, or full day. Full day is the best option. And if somebody's up the country and is thinking, oh my God, that's too far away, Rosscarbery, I have a special offer for overnight break with the Celtic Ross. So €89, single occupancy, B&B, unheard of over a bank holiday weekend. Or €99 B&B, double occupancy. So get booking your tickets on Eventbrite, message me or message the hotel. Once you've booked your ticket, then you'll be able to avail. There is a special discount code, so they can either message me or message the hotel, but you need to have proof of ticket purchase to avail of these special offers. So there's no excuses where you are. This isn't for people that are just based in Cork. Anyone up the country who wants to get healthy, meet all of us, all the fantastic people, yourself, Coleman, Padraig, Oliver, Karen, Linda, Pam and Simon, just come on down to Rosscarbery, February the 2nd.
Lorna, I just want to say thanks so much for sharing both your energy and your information and organising this festival. It reminds me of, I think it was Captain Planet, where they came together and they put all the rings together and just went Captain Planet or something like that. And then they all exploded, and it was just an amazing time. So we will literally see and are looking forward to seeing not only you down there, but everyone else is all in the mix. Right? And I always end these podcasts by saying, stay tuned, stay classy, and keep it organic, and get on that good stuff.
That good stuff. Woo! Thank you, Coleman.